Hi guys, it's Amy, your golf coach. I'm sure you guys have heard of this golf tip to use your lead hand to make the golf swing happen. This is not an incorrect tip. It's actually more of an old school classical way of swinging. I've learned it this way, but nowadays the modern swings are switching and incorporating more of the trail hand into the swing because we have more control over this hand, right? But a lot of amateurs follow that using the lead hand for the golf swing tip and end up with a lot of slice miss shots off the tee. So today I'm going to explain about how to use your hands correctly during your swing and also give you an Amified drill. Ta-da! Amifying means making golf simple, fun, and effective. Now, back to the golf lesson. Before we get started with the lesson, I want you to understand the difference between the trail hand versus the trail shoulder. Because when I start talking about using the trail hand, a lot of my students are like, I was taught not to use the right hand. But the difference is in the shoulder and the hand. When we say don't use the right, it's really the shoulder, because if you start using the shoulder into it, now you go over the top and you either going to hit it a hook or a slice. If you don't use your trail hand because you were told not to use the right side, now what's going to happen is you're gonna not have any control over the club, and so the club's gonna move around in your hand. That way you're going to make the lead hand grip even tighter, so at impact the face is not going to release correctly. It's going to be way open, causing a huge slice off the tee. We don't want that, right? So I want you to understand the difference between using the right hand versus the trail shoulder. All right, if you understand that, now let's move on. The best way to show you why using too much of the lead hand can hurt you and make you slice it off the tee is to show you the one-handed swing. So if I start swinging one-handed with the left hand, I'll just keep going. And I'm sure you can see the pattern now. On the way down, so easy to go out to in over the top because my left hand is leading, right? It goes, and then you can tell at impact, the face is opened because it's really difficult for me to try and release that club. So it's normally open through impact. That's making the follow through very narrow width wise right here. So over the top, open face and narrow width in the follow through, three are probably the worst combination you can have for those who are slicing it off the tee. Now let's try and swing it with the right hand and check out what it looks like. So I'm more dominant in my right hand, obviously. So when I start swinging, I can feel that I have more control over this hand. And you can see down the line that the club is traveling more on line. And if I wanted to, I can even throw it more inside because I have so much control over that hand, right? So you're more on plane, and through impact, you can tell that I am rotating that club head beautifully with a lot of control. And that's really making my right arm extend through beautifully in the follow through with great width. So on plane, release that toe and extension. Three amazing things you can do for your driver to hit that long and straight, right? So let me show you the Amified drill now. Ta-da! I'll actually be swinging one-handed with the club just like I showed you earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the club face is doing before I start using the club. So if you set up with the square club face like so, you get into the backswing, right? So 45 degrees at the top is the same way. And on the way down, if you slice it and you tend to come over the top, we want to now exaggerate and actually drop it slightly inside, okay? So it's right hand only, you're going slightly inside to exaggerate to get that club back on plane. And then from here, you see that club face, we're gonna rotate it, release the toe this way, and that's going to end up in that beautifully extended position right there in the post impact. So three things. I'm gonna drop it inside, release the toe, and extend like this. Boom. Now if you understand how the club face is moving, now let's go ahead and do it with the club in your hand. So for me to swing the club right-handed only, this is pretty heavy for me. So if you feel like this is too much, you can even use a short iron. I'm gonna go ahead and grip down on it. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go inside, release that toe and extend. 3 things: inside, release, and extend. And this is really going to get the right movement and the usage of your hands this way. If you are used to using like 100% of the left hand and 0% of the right hand, to get to the ideal 50-50 percentage, now you have to super exaggerate and use like 100% of the trail hand and 0% of the lead hand. Even though you exaggerate a lot, it's really not going to get fixed overnight. So you keep exaggerating 100 to 0 until you kind of hit 50-50, then you can stop the exaggeration. But the right hand drill only is going to give you the sensation of using 100% of the right hand and also doing the 3 right movements like this. So if you understand the 3 movements, we're gonna go ahead and hit the golf ball with both hands on the grip, but we're still exaggerating the 100 to 0. We're gonna pretend like the left hand isn't even on there, but we have to have it on there so we don't hurt ourselves, right? So 100% in the right, nothing on the left. Let's go ahead and hit. Wow, that was a nice release. I think I need to do that drill more often, guys. So today, for those of you who use too much of the lead hand causing slices off the tee, I showed you how to level it out to 50-50 and use your right hand for the drill to get that inside swing plane releasing and extension going beautifully. I hope you're able to follow along. And if you have more questions, please let me know your questions and comments either down below or at my website. I tend to get back to you guys on my website first than anywhere else, but please leave your comments. Love communicating with you guys. So thank you for golfing with me today and see you in the next one. Mwah.